I'm competitive really with myself.
Right.
Honestly. Like every time I start an album, I go and watch all of my performances and I try to figure out, okay, what is it that I could have done better or what worked? And really my references, I go back to myself and try to better myself. So I'm really tough on me, more so than anyone else. I'm not a competitive person that walks in thinking about other people and how I can compete with them, or especially not my husband.
I always was a creative child, and my parents encouraged it, and I always was doing something creative. Whether it was writing songs or poems or making clothes or dancing, putting on shows, whatever, it was something creative. I think that's so wonderful for kids. I think it gives you so much confidence, and you just feel so good about yourself, and you feel like you can accomplish anything, and creativity can't be judged. So it just is great for self-esteem for kids. Progression as an artist is the most important thing for me. That is what success is for me. I feel like if I stay in one spot, I'm not doing my job, I'm not growing as a human being, and I'm wasting time. And I feel like I always want to do something different from what I did in the past. I always want to challenge myself. I always want to have that nervous ball in my stomach before I go on the stage. That's how I know I'm doing the right job, and it's something still exciting for me. And I always want to challenge the music industry. I feel like it's kind of my job to create the new up-tempos. It's kind of my job to set the tone and to be the example. So it's sometimes risky, but it's the only reason that I've been able to last for as long as I have in this industry, because it's really short-lived. And I feel like if people can predict your next move, it's just not interesting, and I'll be bored. So I'm bored. If I'm bored, everyone else is bored.
I would say to continue to work hard and don't give up on your goals. And I know for me, like I said, I grew up watching my family struggle, and I grew up with a family that was successful but not born successful. And I believe with hard work and with a goal and love and positivity, then eventually we're gonna be fine.
Well, trust yourself. Know who you are. Work very hard.
How long did it take you to be able to trust yourself?
Well, I was so young when I first started. It took a couple of years because I didn't know who I was. I was still a teenager. Mm-hmm. But we always wrote our own songs, and we always, had creative control. For one, because the label didn't really believe in us, so they were like, oh, let them do whatever they want to. Mm-hmm. And it worked out in our advantage because we proved ourselves at a young age. Mm-hmm. But I think the biggest thing is I would say rehearse, practice, and it doesn't matter if you're in front of Target, a daycare, wherever.
They say it takes 10,000 hours to master.
Exactly.
You would agree with that?
Absolutely. And I put the same amount of effort into whatever I did, and so did the other girls. Mm-hmm. It didn't matter what it was, and eventually it prepares you for greatness. So work, 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 work. Sometimes we don't always feel beautiful. Sometimes we have our days where, we feel under the weather or sad or overwhelmed. And I know for me, whenever I have those days, I try to put on my best outfit, my best makeup, and my sexy heels. And when you look good, it makes you feel good. And so I really, am a strong believer. When you're feeling down, you don't just stay in the bed and just, soak in that. You pull yourself together, and it is the beginning of overcoming whatever you're going through.